Who did that?
How you feel?
I feel really good. Today wasn't all so bad. I forgot I needed a headrest too, so I got that. Welcome back, you guys. So today we're starting out by replacing the front strut that I got from Rock Auto, and here I was just comparing them to make sure that the original ones match the new ones. We're also going to be changing the lower control arms. Again, this was also purchased from Rock Auto, and here is the suspension knuckle that I picked up from the salvage yard today, along with the old one that still has the original axle and axle nut still attached to it. So I also decided to change out the sway bar link. I wasn't too sure if it was damaged or not, but it was only like a $12 part, so why not? The struggle with this fastener or alligator clip, whatever you want to call it, was so real. I just could not figure out, one, how this plastic clip was responsible for holding on the entire front strut, and two, how to close it. So back to Home Depot it was. Who did that? So here I was just removing the outer tie rod. I didn't remove this in the last video because I couldn't figure out if it was damaged or not. But here you can see how much give the original one has. And here's the new one. Once I move it, it stays where it's supposed to stay. So I'm assuming that this will definitely help out a lot. Now y'all know I was excited to put this new axle on. Whew, boy. But to my surprise, it was so easy. This bad boy just popped right in. I was connecting the axle to the suspension knuckle and just giving everything a good hand tighten for now. I went back to tighten the lower control arm to the factory recommended torque settings. Make sure you guys look up the proper torque settings, and if you're not familiar with how to torque a torque wrench, I needed to torque this specific bolt to 54 foot-pounds. So I lined up the 0 at the 50 mark, turned it clockwise 4 notches, and that would add up to 54. Then at the bottom there is this little bolt that you just want to tighten. Usually you can hand tighten it, but what I like to do is just put an L wrench through there and give it a nice little turn, just so that way the torque setting doesn't come out of caliber. Third time's the charm for me, but remember that too tight is definitely broken. Now this was another difficult part, trying to put this lower control arm into the actual suspension knuckle. So now it all makes sense how everything is held into place, because let me tell you, the struggle right here was real. I'm not moving. Yes! So here I had to use a set of needle nose pliers to hold the bolt that was spinning in the back to tighten down this front sway bar link. Now I was just going back and tightening everything to the recommended torque settings. So this little tool ended up coming in handy again. I ended up needing it to apply some pressure to the outer tie rod so I can get this lower bolt on properly. So this is called thread locker. I did use it on some of the bolts, and it's supposed to help with the bolts not unfastening themselves while you're driving. I'm not sure which bolts to use it on, so I did just end up using it on a majority of them. So much easier when you have more leverage. I think when you have the right tools, I'll be able to get the work. 100 pounds. So this $8 tool that I got from Home Depot actually ended up coming in handy for the third time. So here I was just using it to press the piston back to give myself some more leverage.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Now she's back. I did decide to tighten down the axle nut to the torque settings. However, I didn't fasten it yet to fully secure it, just in case I had to remove it again. So I did pick up this tire and rim from the junkyard at the same time. I didn't know if it was flat or if it just needed some air. I threw it on anyways just to see if we could get the ball rolling. Moment of truth. I have no idea what I was thinking here. I don't know how I forgot that these wheel stoppers were in the back of the car. And the whole time I'm over here thinking it was because of the flat tire. A flat tire don't cause that much bounce, y'all. Honestly, at this point, I was just way too excited that the car actually moved. Flat tire. And I had the nerve to do it twice. The car did end up coming with a spare tire, but I also noticed that this one was flat as well. So I ended up taking the one I bought from the salvage yard up to the tire shop nearby, and they threw some air in it and it was good to go.
This guy's crazy.
If you watch the first video, you can see that all the lights are now off on the dashboard. The traction control light, the brake light, the information light is still on there, but hopefully that's just due to the oil change. Who did that? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks again for watching. If you did like this video, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to continue following this journey, please remember to subscribe to my channel. It means much love. Deuces out.
How you feel?
I feel really good. And dirty and stinky. Look at that.